Hello everyone. So this presentation brings to you the detail on the order Gymnophiona. Gymnophiona, the term has come from two Greek terms. Gymnos means naked and Ophiunos means serpent-like. It is otherwise referred as apoda, that is without foot. In general, they are limbless amphibians. So Gymnophiona, the order, it is a group of blind, limbless, tailless, burrowing or aquatic tropical amphibians in general. So these are referred as caecilians and sometimes called blind worms, and they belong to the order as said Gymnophiona or Apoda. They mostly inhabit the tropical and subtropical regions of Americas, Africa, and Asia. Except a few aquatic forms, they are strictly burrowing. They burrow in moist ground um, with their strong heads, feeding mostly on worms and or other small invertebrates. And correlated with this burrowing habit, they have a solid and compact skull. Uh, they have long, slender, worm-like body um, with much reduced tail, so that the vent or the cloaca is almost terminal. They have neither girdles nor limbs, but possess minute dermal scales buried in the skin. We can see that their skin, they do have annular grooves or circular grooves or dermal folds, and that almost like resemble like body segmentation. And in many species, the dermal scales, it remains embedded in these grooves, the annular grooves. The presence of scales is a unique feature of the caecilians. Actually, no other amphibians do possess such scales, right? And their eyes are rudimentary, um, uh, like concealed almost by skin, or in some cases, some species they lack eyes almost entirely. And practically they are functionless. The eyes are functionless, and hence they are also referred as blind worms. However, they can feel their way through when during burrowing and all, they can feel their way about by means of a protrusible sensory tentacular apparatus lying in a groove between the eye and the nose, and it is present on each side. So this is another unique feature of caecilians that presents a sensory tentacular apparatus. And this apparatus consists of a small sensory and protrusible tentacle which is lodged or placed in a pit or groove of the maxilla. The apparatus is kept clean uh, by the secretion from the orbital gland, which is otherwise known as Harderian gland, Harderian, Harderian gland. And these tentacles, it is actually help in transporting or conducting the chemicals from the environment to the olfactory cells present in the roof of the mouth. It almost look like what the snakes do, isn't it? So actually, it doesn't have any resemblance, but still, this is the hard-earing gland. It is unique to caecilians. The other amphibians doesn't possess such a character, either the protrusible or the retractile tentacular apparatus. Okay. Now, the males they copulate with female by a protrusible organ, the copulatory organ of the intromittent organ that protrudes from the cloaca. The fertilization is internal, while again the reversible copulatory organ in the case of class Amphibia, it is unique to caecilians. Uh, Among the amphibians, this one, the Gymnophiona, possesses a reversible copulatory organ. It is a unique feature again. Okay. Now, coming to the development, fertilization, as said, it is all internal. Uh, but the development, it could be internal or external. In the sense, for internal fertilization, the male introduces sperms to the female with the help of the copulatory organ. As said, in oviparous forms, there is a larval stage. The egg is laid. Okay. While in the yeah, in so in some cases, what happens is the larval stages is passed within the oviduct, where they scrape the inner lining of the oviducts with the fetal teeth to feed, and the young ones uh, emerge from the female as miniature adults. So in these forms or in these species, we can see they don't have any larval stage, and these forms are referred as ovoviviparous forms. Okay, so as said, we have two forms based upon the development. Those animals, what we call caecilians, which are oviparous, for example, Ichthyophis, Giganophis, etc. There is a larval stage. Okay, the egg is laid outside, and then it is the larva emerges. There's a larval stage. While those forms which are ovoviviparous, they don't have any larval stage. Instead, the larval stage it is completed within the what you call the oviductal region, and the miniature adult emerges out from the cloaca. Sorry, from the female. Okay, so this is what happens. And example for ovoviviparous forms, it is Typhlonectus. Okay, so we have, as we have seen, in the case of oviparous, uh, the large eggs are usually laid in masses. You can see here in this figure, large eggs are laid in moist ground in the water, and some forms we can see, as in the case of Ichthyophis, one example common from Southeast Asia, including India, they show parental care. Here also you can see parental care is shown. Actually, that is Ichthyophis, not this, it's not for Eurytyphus, sorry. So Ichthyophis, it shows parental care by carefully coiling her body around eggs till they hatch. In the larval stage, inside the egg, when they pass, they have three pairs of external gills. That is, when the larval stage is completed, within the egg, the larval stage has three pairs of external gills, which are lost when it hatches. And we have already seen Eurytyphus. It is another oviparous form found in India in Malabar and Cochin region. And this is Eurytyphus interruptus on the left here. This is Eurytyphus interruptus, and it is discovered from Chengalam region, and hence it is named as Chengalam Sicilian. This is endemic to Western Ghats. You don't need to learn the species name. You just need to learn Eurytyphus, the character of Eurytyphus. But I just gave an example from the Western Ghats region here. Okay, and this on this side, this is actually the Ichthyophis. Okay, you can see on one side it is okay. This is Ichthyophis bedomi species, but you need to learn about Ichthyophis. It is again Ichthyophis bedomi is widely distributed in Western Ghats in southern India, and we will see the detail of like Eurytyphus and Ichthyophis. I hope so far it is clear. Right. Okay. Now, a few important features of Gymnophiona in general, we'll see that as we have already seen in internal development, the initial growth of embryo it is supported by the yolk reserve in the egg, but this yolk may get exhausted long before the embryonic development is completed. So what happens is the developing young one gets its nutrients by scraping the like materials from the oviductal funnel, sorry, the wall of the oviduct, okay, with the help of their what do you call embryonic teeth. Once the epithelium of the oviduct secretes often we can see that the epithelium of the oviduct it secretes a what do you call a creamy white substance which is referred as a uterine milk. It is again unique to the Gymnophiona. Now, the developing embryo in the oviduct is provided with gills, and gills and the walls of the oviduct are richly vascular. This enables the exchange of gases and what you call metabolic substrate space between the gills and the oviductal funnel. Gymnophiona, the Sicilians include semi-terrestrial and aquatic forms. The semi-terrestrial forms being chiefly burrowing and living like earthworms. Um, the existing members of the Sicilians, they enjoy discontinuous distribution. They are found in widely separated and geographically unconnected tropical countries. Discontinuous distribution means it is distributed in areas where in between they don't have any representatives present. Okay, so it may be present in one place and in two places where these two places are separated by long distance where there are no representatives from this particular group. Okay, that is discontinuous distribution. Now, they are found in widely separated and geographically unconnected tropical countries such as India, Sri Lanka, tropical Africa, and America. Indian forms belong to three genera, namely Ichthyophis, Giganophis, and Eurytyphus. Among these three, you need to learn about Ichthyophis and Eurytyphlus. Okay, we can see the Ichthyophis and Eurytyphlus, they are commonly referred as blind worms. Gymnophions do have the general term what you call blind worms. Ichthyophis, it is worm-like, limbless, tailless, blind, burrowing amphibian found in the tropical countries such as India. It is found in Karnataka and Kerala, as we have already seen. Chengalam is in Kerala. Then Sri Lanka, Philippines, Java, Borneo, etc. Ichthyophis glutinosus, it is a species found in northern Kerala, Coorg and Mysore. Then we have seen Ichthyophis interruptus from Chengalam region. Then body of Ichthyophis, it is slender, um, covered by slimy skin. The skin has a series of annular grooves. You can see over here on their body. Okay, it is annular grooves. It almost resembles like segmentation, isn't it? And embedded in these grooves are dermal scales, feature usually common to fishes. Body has two divisions, head and trunk. As an adaptation for burrowing life, head is dorsoventrally flattened, and you can see this is the head region, and it is dorsoventrally flattened. In here also you can see the head region, which is unique, and the skull is compact. The trunk is cylindrical. Tail, limbs, limb girdles, tympanum, tympanic cavity, columella are all lacking. Eyes are small, lidless, and covered by opaque skin. So they are functionless, and hence they are referred as a blind worm. Then in between the eye and the nostrils, we have already seen it is having a pair of sensory apparatus, and these have very unique features, almost similar to like snakes. They have asymmetric lungs. The right lung is longer than the left one, and they have irreversible copulatory organ. These exhibit parental care. Female remains coiled around the eggs until hatching. At the time of hatching, she takes the eggs to shallow water, and eggs hatch out into tadpoles. The tadpoles has a pair of branched filamentar external gills, a pair of gill slits, and a laterally compressed tail with caudal fin. So external gills are not respiratory structures. They probably absorb nourishment. Gills, gill slits, tail fin, they are all lost during metamorphosis into adult. Compressed head and absence of functional eyes, limbs, and tail are adaptations for a fossorial life. Fossorial in the sense burrowing life. Okay, so this is with respect to the Ichthyophis. Um, Here you can this regarding the Eurytyphlus, you can see uh, it is popularly known as a blind worm and long cylindrical limbless tailless blind burrowing amphibian found in India, Malayan Peninsula, West Africa, South Africa and South America. All these are tropical regions. It lives in moist soil feeding upon small soil organisms. From Kerala, we have Eurytyphlus menani, Eurytyphlus interruptus, Eurytyphlus oxyuris, etc. It is worm-like with small dorsoventrally compressed head, cylindrical trunk. Its body is covered by smooth and slimy skin, marked by a series of concentric dermal grooves. And as already mentioned, dermal scales are present. It is present in these grooves. Limbs, limb girdles, tail are absent. Then eyes are microscopic, lidless, and functionless. They have sensory tentacles. Right leg is larger than the left one. Male has reversible copulatory organ. Fertilization is internal. Female lays eggs in the moist soil. At the time of hatching, she may carry them to water for hatching, larval life, as well as metamorphosis to be completed. So this is with regard to the Eurytyphlus and Ichthyophis. So we have seen the order Gymnophiona, why the name has come, what are the peculiar unique features of Gymnophiona, and the two examples, Ichthyophis and Eurytyphlus. Species name you needn't learn, but Ichthyophis and Eurytyphlus, the general features you have to study. Okay, thank you.